Okay, guys, listen up, please. Listen up. Now, we've got a chance to make some history here today by going and making a Europa League quarter-final for the first time in the club's history. So I want you to get out there and play like you did in that first leg with the same starting 11. Well, I was hoping you guys would remember what the starting 11 was. It was so long ago. I got no idea who played. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Queen of the South. It's been a little while, a little bit of a break. I had a wonderful time in Canada, but now it is time to get back to business, and we have the second leg of our Europa League second knockout round tie against Napoli. I believe we have a 3-1 lead from the first leg, and then it is Celtic in the Scottish Cup quarter-final as well. Now, I thought the only way to begin today is to just look over the squad and try and remember who we have, because honestly, I had struggled to remember, so I'm sure you guys have as well. So if you want to have a bit of a longer look, by all means, just give this a bit of a pause. Of course, Bucchiano was our record signing that has struggled to be too impressive, let's say. But yeah, we can see everybody there, and yeah, like I say, if you want to have a bit of a longer look, just give it a bit of a pause and familiarize yourself with some names. It's good to see some of these names again. Completely forgotten about Arvik and Alvarez, if I'm honest. Bowl as well was a name that I had slipped my mind, and let's hope that Johnny Angus, of course, can keep his goal scoring form up in the big games. Now, there is one game we need to catch you up on since last episode, and that was in the league against Livingston, but in between the two ties of the Napoli games. So let's see how we did. We took an early lead when Bayless found Turpey. Arvik's header was turned in by a Livingston defender for our second, before Bermudez picked out Leighton's run to make it 3-0. So a very, very comfortable win, and given that I played this after I came back from Canada, I was very thrilled to just get a nice, comfortable win under my belt to start things back up again. Eddie Johnson coming back from his broken ankle, I think it was. He broke something anyway. Not his sharpest game, but you'd expect that. He had absolutely no match sharpness at all. And we did have a casualty in this one. That was Amoroso, our, let's say, backup right back. Now, he's out for between a week and 2 weeks, which on the surface of things isn't too bad. The issue, of course, is that it puts a lot of pressure on Ayrton to play games, and we don't really. Rezayev is sort of our third choice right back, and he's not the greatest, so it's a little bit of a blow, but it's not too serious, so hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later. Now, a quick update of how things stand. The league, it's not quite done and dusted yet, but if we were to lose it from here, I think rightfully so, I should be sacked. But let's hope that that doesn't become a problem for us. Of course, Champions League, we fell quite short in the end. But we did have, of course, a parachute down to the Europa League. So Napoli we have there. Then we have Celtic in the Scottish Cup, which is where our focus is today. And we lost the Betfred final, I'm assuming to Celtic, but it could be anybody. Do we want to know? We probably do, don't we? Who did we lose the final to? It was Celtic 1-0, and I'm sure it was a disappointing performance from us as well. So let's go and have a look and see what we are doing here. Now, you will see that Rangers have gotten through against Rennes. Now, other good news, if we go down quickly to the Conference League, Aberdeen have gone through as well. So that's at least 2 Scottish clubs into the quarterfinals, which is going to help the coefficient. And if we can get through as a third, then that would obviously further help the cause. And away to Napoli with a 2-goal lead. Not easy, but you'd like to think we'd have a chance, wouldn't you? So we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them, and this is a team that we're sending out. It is Bursic in goal. It is Hansen, Bucchiano, Walker, and Ayrton as the back four. Mihai, Mashagi, and Alvarez in midfield. Santos in behind Johnny Angus and Diaz. A bench of Perez, Jesus Toro, Muros, Arvik, Bowl, Bermudez, and Celino, who himself is just coming back from injury, but is in better shape than Johnson, so we're gonna stick him on the bench and hopefully not need him. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. Samari, I'm assuming that's Connor Gallagher. Even I'd be lying if I said I remembered what team they put out in the first leg, but there's a few familiar names there certainly. And what do we want to say to this? Let's just ignore recent praise. Play your natural game. Yeah, I can't even remember what my team talks used to be, so there we go. Let's hope that's a good one. And here we go. They are playing as expected, so that's good. And yeah, I mean, if we can get to halftime scoreless, that'll be nice. When then, of course, it's just the half we need to go without conceding 2 goals. But I mean, if we can score first, then that's even better, isn't it? Now, of course, a reminder, because it's more for myself than you guys, I'm sure. No away goals. So the one that they scored doesn't matter more than the fact that it's a goal. So 2-0 does not spell the end for us. Here we go. Ayrton with a throw. Can he find a teammate? He looks for Angus. He finds Johnny Angus. Can he whip across in? He got Diaz in the middle. Angus has done really, really well. Oh, it's still there. Oh, a penalty, something. No. Unlucky for Johnny Angus. Now we are in front in the tie, so let's praise. And let's see what we can do. Now, it's probably not the best time to mention this because none of us remember any of the players, but Viewers Play with the Year nominations. Let me know, comments or however else. Good ball through there for Diaz, and he can't quite find the back of the net. And it's not the first time I think I've said that this season. But yeah, we are coming towards the end of the season, so we do need to start and have a think about that. Even if it is a little early right now, we might need to refresh our memories over a couple of games. But yeah, it is time. And, I mean, we've started this game relatively well. We've got a free kick. Santos in for Bucchiano. And he can't beat the goalkeeper again. And he may have been offside anyway. Let's give them some more praise. So far, we have seen absolutely nothing of Napoli. Is that going to continue? And their goalkeeper's their best player, which is always annoying, isn't it? Bucchiano has got himself a card. I feel like he got, 2 own goals and an assist in the Champions League group stage. He's only really missing a sending off to completely ruin the season for us. One thing we do have to keep an eye out on is, not that we can do anything about it because we don't really have another right back on the bench. Murosh could cover there if we're desperate. Ayrton is a game away from a booking. A booking away from a suspension even. So, yeah, if he was to get another booking, then obviously that's a little bit of annoying selection problem for the next game. Don't look at the scoreboard, pick up where you left off. Don't get complacent. Let's just go with that. You're doing well, guys. I said if we get to halftime scoreless, then that looks good. We've done that. Now, even if we get to full-time scoreless. All right. Oh, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Ayrton's there. Come on, Ayrton. You've got it, mate. Can he win that back for us? Not quite. Oh, is it offside? What a block from Hansen. He's come from nowhere to get a foot in there. Absolutely brilliant. Let's just focus here, boys, because we're making me nervous. Cross comes in. Oh, Hansen has not done well that time. He was still praising his block, I think. Let's go back off of attacking. Why are we attacking in the second half when we're 2 goals up? They have come back into it second half, and I mean, suddenly it looks like a very even game over the course of the hour or so, and we know that at halftime they were nowhere, so they have absolutely dominated this second half. We're going to need to change something here. Bucchiano's let him in behind. There is a goal that had been coming, and it's 3-2 on aggregate. I wonder if we drop Mashagi back a little bit to cover their number 10, but also just try and tighten things up a little bit. Is there anything else that we want to do? Let's not exploit the middle. I think we do need to look for the overlaps because that's where our attacking threat's going to come from, isn't it? I wonder if we close up the lines as well. Bucchiano should be quick. I wonder if we play him on the cover and play that higher line so that they keep them away from our goal. I think they were a passing team. And suddenly, we'd really, really like a goal, wouldn't we? We'll demand more. Johnny Angus had a good moment in the first half. Can he replicate that? Mihai, Santos, back to Mihai. Diaz to Angus, can't quite find a way through, but we've kept possession. Ayrton finds himself in some space now. Mihai's in space with him, so is Johnny Angus. Johnny Angus back in for Santos! He's got underneath it. Oh, it was a good chance, wasn't it? He had time and space on the edge of the area. And it is nervous times here in Napoli. Hansen now with a throw. Mashagi back to Hansen. Give it back to Mashagi. There we go. Santos. Back to Mashagi. Bucchiano. Walker. Why are we playing back there, guys? Let's get it forward a bit. There we go. There's a good ball as well for Hansen getting forward. It's Diaz back to Alvarez. Alvarez to Hansen. Can Hansen do something good getting forward? He had that wonderful block, of course, in the first half. Or was it the second half? He had a good block at some point. It's back there for Mashagi. Mashagi with a touch. Oh, he's hit the post. He scored a wonderful goal like that. I think it was last season in Europe. Let's try demanding more again. That seemed to have worked. Santos over a free kick. It's a good one. It's past everybody. Bucchiano picks it up. Alvarez is there. Give it to... not to walk up. Wrong man in space there. Ayrton back out to Bucchiano. That's more the sort of player we want. Can Hansen get down the outside? No, he can't. And Bucchiano out of position. He's getting back quickly. And Napoli almost seemed to just let him get back there as well, which was nice of them. But here we go. Oh, Angus does well. Johnny Angus picks it up. Santos to Mihai. Alvarez is making a run through the middle. Can we pick him out? We can. Alvarez. Oh, somebody show some composure in front of goal, boys. Hansen now with a throw. Diaz wide open. We find him. Back to Hansen. Diaz to Hansen. We have looked better since that little tactical tweak, haven't we? Mashagi. Santos. Look at the players forward. The referee looks like one of our guys. Oh, Alvarez again. Can't find the finish. Who do we have on the bench? All right, Alvarez, you've had a couple of chances, mate. So I'm going to take you off for Arvik. And Thomas Boll. Could he be a replacement for Johnny Angus, I wonder? So let's do that. A double change. The issue with taking Johnny Angus off is that if it does end up at penalties, he's one of our better penalty takers, but we're ahead right now, so we've got to think like that. Diaz. Oh, it's another block. Do we want to bring Celino on for Diaz, I wonder? Let's maybe do that as well. Oh, 85th minute. It's 3-2 on aggregate. Are we going to a quarter-final here? Thomas Boll. Good ball for Diaz. Diaz, 25th time the charm, mate. He's letting the defenders get back around him. And that should be his last action. Celino will come on now for him. There's the change. Santos to take the corner. And we'll never know. And we go with Bursic in our own penalty area. Mashagi to Arvik. There we go with Hansen. Hansen to Santos. We've got to make one of these chances count. There's Thomas Boll. Thomas Boll off the bench. Thomas Boll off the bench. And he's only going to win it for us. It's 1-1 on the night. It's 4-2 on aggregate. And that should be that. It is the 87th minute. And in the end, we were able to make the chances count. It only took one. And it was another great ball from Santos. And Thomas Boll, what a signing he has been. And I wasn't the only one, if I remember correctly, when I signed him that thought, I'm not sure about him. But he's been so much better than I could ever have hoped. And he has gone and put us into the quarterfinals of the Europa League. We've knocked out Napoli. And how far can we go? Look at that. We really did get better. We made that little tactical change. And it turned the game, didn't it? It possibly even saved the game. So there we go, first leg triumph helps Queen of the South past Napoli. We win at the second leg. Now we're going to have a quarter-final draw at some point, I'm assuming, £1 million in the bank as well. Santos, 7 key passes. He was really good that game, wasn't he? But guys, wait right there. We'll be back for either a draw or the Celtic game, whatever comes first. Okay, so we have the quarter-final draw. Let's have a look and see. Well, now this is going to be the draw all the way to the final, isn't it? Now, a reminder of the teams that are still here. Brescia, Man City. Now, they drew Paris, I think, didn't they, at some point? So they've knocked them out. PSV Eindhoven, Rangers, Celta Vigo, Milan, and Spurs. The obvious one to avoid as long as possible is Manchester City. Anybody else there? I'd probably rather enjoy it. Oh, they're out first. I'd rather avoid Spurs, but we'll see what we do. We have avoided Man City. Brescia, we probably take them. And that's who we're going to get. So another Italian side. You imagine Brescia would be a lesser side, wouldn't you? Am I dreaming that? Than what Napoli would be? Rangers have PSV, so that's not a terrible draw for them either. So Brescia it is for us next. In that it's a quarter-final in Europe. They are 8th in Serie A. Now, I'm pretty sure Napoli were ahead of them, and they are. So arguably, we have a weaker opposition in the quarterfinal than what we had in the round of 16. Now, let's have a look and see who it would be that we would face in a potential semi-final. Now, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves here, of course. Rangers, PSV would face, so we would face Man City. In all likelihood, it would be Manchester City in a semi-final, and that would be very tough. So go on, Celta Vigo, do us a favour. All right, let's get to Celtic. All right, so it is Scottish Cup quarter-final time. We are away to Celtic. Rangers are away to Hearts, so there is a chance of an upset there. But this is obviously the biggest hurdle, arguably, we have left in this competition. So it's a 4-3-3. We're expecting from them a more defensively minded 4-3-3. And a few changes to the team, but given that the league is essentially wrapped up, I wanted to go with a strong team here. So it's Bursik in goal, Hansen, Toro, Walker, and Rezayev at right back. The reason for that, you can just see there that we're not really going to get 90 minutes out of Ayrton. I don't want to run him into the ground unnecessarily, but if we even suspect that we need to, we're struggling, then he will be straight on. Bowles going to come in to start this one with Mashagi and Alvarez in midfield. Bermudez comes in for Santos, who again just was not, where is Santos? Was not going to get 90 minutes out of him, so we'll rest him for this one. Johnny Engest and Celino will come in to replace Diaz. Diaz had chances, didn't he, against Napoli? Didn't take any of them, so we'll see how Celino does. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Again, don't really remember any names, so can't tell you much about that. Everyone expects us to lose here. Prove them wrong. There's no pressure on us. Yeah, do I want to say that? Yeah, I mean, it's always good to prove people wrong, isn't it? So let's go with that. No pressure. Prove people wrong. Get out there. All right, and here we go. They are playing as expected. They're in decent form themselves there, aren't they? Now, their last game, it was against St Mirren, but they won 6-0. So if nothing else, confidence is going to be high with them. But we'll see how we go here. We do have the option, if we want to switch to wingers at some point, we can move Arvik and Bowl into wide areas. And it would just be a simple case of taking a striker off, whether that be Angus or Celino. Probably would just depend on who's playing well at the time, if that's indeed the way we want to go. But I've hit encourage there, as that highlight had already started, which is silly. But let's see where the highlight takes us. Travers with the ball. Pumps it long. Walker's there. Walker misses it. That's not ideal. Spencer's in, and Walker has recovered the situation quite beautifully. That's a little bit tense, though, wasn't it? So 10 minutes in, not really much. Just the mistake from Walker leading to a little bit more than a half chance. Oh, Mashagi, what is that, mate? Well, there's been a chance now. And yeah, well, Mashagi's poor pass did lead to the goal. And it's not really what I want him to do, if I'm honest. As a deep-lying playmaker, I'd rather, he just goes maybe to Alvarez, who is right there. Maybe that's what he was trying to do. But we just couldn't recover. I mean, I'm not going to blame Reza yet for that. Yes, it was his man, but, you don't expect your deep-lying playmaker to do that, do you? So, are we going to suffer another cup defeat to Celtic? It seems like that's all that happens. The only time they beat us. Nothing is happening here, so let's go like that. Sort of what we did against Napoli. Let's try an encouragement. And, maybe try a shot on goal, guys, at some point. Possession, we're having more possession. We're not doing too badly here. So let's maybe not exploit the middle. Let's see if that helps us at all. It might be one for wingers, because we look to be the better team, but we're not breaking them down at all. We've had one shot off target. And that is, well, it's not good enough, is it? So we'll point the finger. That wasn't good enough. We can go out there and make amends, though. Go out there and prove it, and I think we will switch to wingers because we just didn't create anything there. So Mashagi goes back in there. I'm gonna say Celino tends to do okay, and Angus did play the last game, so let's do that. That all looks good to me. I mean, Razayev is actually not playing too badly, so we'll give this a chance to work without bringing on Ayrton. But that is an obvious upgrade we can make, isn't it? As we approach the hour mark. Let's try demand more Raziev. Sorry, mate, it's not necessarily your fault. It's just that Ayrton's a better player than you. I mean, 60% possession, and we're not creating anything here. Let's go high tempo. Let's try exploit the wings. And this is the point where I start to run out of ideas, if I'm honest. Let's try a fire up. Celino's having a poor game. Let's get Diaz on. You know you're in trouble when you want Diaz to try and score your goals. We've got a corner to defend. Maybe we can go the length of the field. Well, that's the nail in the coffin, isn't it? We're out of subs as well. Let's try berating. And it looks as though the cup's done. The league is essentially done. So, I mean, if we're looking at a positive for this, we can focus all our attention on Europe. But, you know, we're only 2 games from the final here. So this is really, really disappointing. And it's not like we can't say we've been unlucky because have we even had a highlight? I don't think we have. So something's just gone very, very wrong there for whatever reason that may be. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened. So there we go, a little bit of a kick in the teeth to end the episode with, but it's done now, so there's no point complaining about it. If you did enjoy that for whatever reason, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Let's focus on the positives, and that is Brescia in a quarter-final of Europe, which has... It's got to be the softest draw we could have got. So we'll be back next time. I think what we'll do is we'll do a Brescia doubleheader. The league, as I say, it's essentially done, so there's no point wasting time on it. Don't forget to go and nominate your Viewers Player of the Year nominees. More than one player, of course, if you want. And I will see you next time for a Europa League quarter-final against Brescia. Take care.